Trinbago, as you know it, stands out most in the Caribbean. And if you don't want to believe it, well, friends, let me make you understand. Ask Jamaica, Grenada, Barbados, St. Vincent, just to name a few. When visitors pass through Trinbago, this is what they'll tell you. They tell you, come discover one of us, come discover both of us, and why not come and discover all of us?
Yes.
Yes, my dear. We're back again.
We're back again.
After listening to a big song, man.
After listening to a big song, tell us about that song.
Well, that was my theme song for the same area that you wanted to go into, the entertainment area. That was the theme song that I used almost for 32 weeks each year for 22 or 24 years since 1994.
Listen how many years this man is in entertainment.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, listen, tell the people who doing as if, well, this Bacon name should be on our airports. This song should be playing in every airport. This should be a part of our anthem, our theme song, and our schemes. I know they used to, but where is it now?
The BB flight coming up from London, coming to Tobago, they used to play in those days. They didn't have these big screens they have now, but they used to play it on the little screen before the movie starts. And I joined copyright, and as I joined copyright, somebody picked it up that they'd be playing these things and tell them they had to pay. They think this appear, I never see it again.
You see, they don't want to give you no money. Nobody want to make sure that Michael could eat. Because in the time when you were doing so much, there wasn't much money in Calypso.
No,
was it?
Most of my life I did was complimentary.
Complimentary.
Yeah, because when you make a record in those days of 45 as it were, and you're only getting 10 cents from $1. What is that?
What is that?
What is that? And there were no live shows as we have now.
Sister Maureen Trotman is saying swimming should be in the curriculum. Fact.
Of course, because two things that I would have liked to see in my lifetime is a cyclodrome.
Hey!
A cyclodrome. Because people are riding on the road and we have good cyclists, and when they come, they have 3 times for the year, they have big cycle events in Tobago. I would like to see a cyclodrome in Tobago. They have the land. There used to be that shore park in the old days with Roger Gibbon.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
So it's not something that we don't know.
And where these people name again? Where the Syrian brothers and Abrahams. Hey, I'm telling you names that you see why I am here right now.
Another good guy you should talk to because he's done so much for Tobago.
Yeah, I need to talk to my boy because he used to stop at Argyle and just talk with me because I always shopping by them Abrams with the cloth store. And everybody there knew me as a young girl. But what I'm saying here now is that we are dealing with so many young politicians that don't know anything about you guys. They don't know about who are the real maestros of Tobago.
Therein lies one of my disappointments in life. Because when we were younger, there's a thing called an apprentice.
Yes, an apprentice.
You must go and work alongside whoever it was.
Yes.
And when that person retires or something like that, you just move in, but not before.
Not before.
No, not before. You have to have respect, not before. You can't go in and push them out as they're doing now. You'd work alongside, you'd learn who to contact, who to do what, how to do this, how to do that. And when the time comes, which is your turn, you pay your bills, you pay your dues, then you move in and they take over and they think it'll go smoothly. Right now, people are coming with certificates, and although they are qualified in their special training skills, many of them is square pegs in wrong hole because they don't know the particular job.
They don't know. They keep taking up their friends and put their friends to work. And their friends don't know anything about the department.
You know what talk about. And you hear them calling on the ardent workers. How you do this, boy? How you do that? And they have all the qualities, and they're getting all the money, and they're getting all the pay. But they cannot actually do the work because they don't know the contact. And in those days that we are talking about, there was no mechanism to use your computer to store and things like that, was a book, a Bible, a pencil, and that was the end of that.
And so a book page.
Right. So if you didn't write it down, and there was an old phone, you're going to take out the ring your phone, till you push on in a knob, and that's a telephone at the end of that. You know, you had all those cameras and things like that.
Like in Tobago, when I was a younger woman, I wanted a bar license. And I talked a bar license because I had my restaurant here in Argyle, and I wanted to raise the bar. Because right. what we had was an ice cream bar and a grill hut. So I wanted liquor because when tourists come and they sit down, they need a drink. So I wasn't going. Yeah, so I wasn't going to go in. I was a beer garden I was doing, and wine it wasn't anything like. So I had conversations with people. First thing they tell me, I'll have to get someone to write a letter for me, someone who to prepare and to get the bar license. So this same Maureen Trotman there, her husband, Brother Mervyn Trotman, used to work housing with your sister Veronica. Yes, Veronica. Yes, Veronica. I talked to him. He is the guy that drew out the plan for the bar. He did everything. Then he said, you will have to get this passed first by a fire officer. So I know I have my cousin, Anthony Richardson. Yeah? He was a fireman. So I went to Tony. Tony come, he said, Tony walk around, he write up areas for exit. He said, you have to get that to get your thing passed. You have to get this entrance over here. You have to have a spotlight here. And you have to have XYZ. You go to the people who knows exactly what you need in order to get the job done right. You don't just go and start to do it. And because that person is your friend, you pass them. You know the lady, I was even sent to, they even give me the lady name in Tongue and Country. But you know, she knows somebody who talked to she, and she failed me. She failed me from getting the bar license. And I was
unfortunate.
I was cryptically ready. Everybody who should know what to do to get a bar license because they did it before for other people and they got it. But this is what Tobago have. Tobago doesn't have people who gets into the truth and transparency on who is fit.
But the younger people will not be taking that. The younger people will not be taking that.
I know they're not taking it right now. You see it now?
All now a tremendous change. You know, people are looking at this 6-6 as a simple thing.
It's not simple.
No, you remember when in the Bible they was making a pyramid, and when they say they're going up to meet God, and God turned all of them into different language, so they will find their place and find themselves.
And find themselves.
That 6-6 is designed by the Creator for Tobagonians like myself and others to find out who is who want what the part is, who is really about Tobago, and who's after power. We go find out. That 6-6 ain't no joke. 6-6
ain't no joke. 6-6.
And it's no mark and no beast either.
It's about to bring things in order.
It will cause
there is a call for order.
It will cause the change that Tobago needs. And
I didn't even go there with you yet. You jumped the gun so fast. I didn't even go there with you yet.
That's the power of the mind now. That's the power of the
mind.
That's the power of the mind, you see? Because we will soon find out. We'll soon find out the truism in the people who are there.
Hey.
And we will soon find out if the heart is about Tobago, as Angus used to be saying in a pre-election campaign.
Yes.
Tobago people ask her to go there, or if they want to be authoritarian, we will find out.
We will find out.
This little gap will
look at you now. Look at you, Michael. You're really rowing this boat ashore this hour.
It will smoke them out.
Yes, man.
Yeah. So
Michael, you have a glorious musical career. Tell us about your highlights and the lowlights, and why you should be remembered. I bring in that piece in.
Well, I should be remembered.
No, don't worry with you. Remember, tell us about the highlights first and your lowlights. How high you got? How many times you won the Calypso Monarch for Tobago?
Well,
how many people you inspired?
Well, if you want highlights, let me put on more lights in the house.
Take it up higher.
All right. Well, I started in 1977 in La Tropical with the scouting. I was doing Calypso night one time there, and I was emceeing, as it were, because people like my jovial behavior, Miranda like me, saw me in the hotels and say, come Baker, MC at my club for me. And I did that in 1977. And so that same year, they had the
I like your
Calypso
jumpsuit. I did like your jumpsuit.
Them times. Yeah, well, part of the kaleidoscope of colors, yes.
Yes.
And he says, look, come and MC first. So while I was MCing that year, as I told you, an MC is a person who is a master of ceremony, not an announcer.
Yes.
Many times they give you a job as an MC and they come and tell you what to do. No. They give you a job to do, leave you alone, because the reason why they give you a job, because you're competent.
Yes.
You know? People like Bill Trotman, people like Dave Elcock, Bill
and Holly
Vitodio, Phil the Chill, Hazel Ward, and all that. You don't go and put them there and then go and tell them, do this now, stop it. You're embarrassing people. Like in many other jobs, they give you a job to do. Leave the people to do their job, and you go and mind yours. But you leave down in the neck, breathing down the neck, they can't get a function because you are to direct them, and you are not a director to them. Leave them to do their job. You leave them to do their job, things will be nicer. You see? And so I was emceeing, because I had emceeing, I had the command to run the audience and have the place like that. So I noticed that there was something lacking. And I noticed, I said, but take them songs that them fellas singing it. But you could write a song overnight and lick them up. And I did.
Yeah, man.
I write a song for the season. And
you just write one for me on the show here.
I write one called The Bass and another one, Reculture. And I went in the competition and I won the championship. I won the road march. I went most popular. I won everything that year. And from that year, me never look back. I sing in Calypso and going. From there, I moved on to Trinidad, into the different Calypso Tents and all that. Mr. Miranda, God bless his good soul, is deceased, but he was a believer in me and Crusoe, Kid Tobago Crusoe, you must know. And in Trinidad was Robin. Now, we started the hotel with just guitars going around and singing and entertaining people at the desk, which is where we seem to be coming back to anyways, at this point in time in our life.
You should be part of it.
Yeah, but be that as it may. So we go to the hotels and we sang and things like that. And after I came back from the scholarship and I had to stay in Tobago, one or two hotels called me because they knew who I was. My name was all in the papers, the singing lifeguard, etc. So the steel bands were paid pretty nice wages in a month. Even getting $3,000 and $4,000 a night for our show. In those days was good money.
Yes.
Not like now, the fella come out to talk for me, $500 to do 2-hour show with me, nice clothes, me equipment, and I just politely said no, So they came and they asked me, said, Miss Baker, the steel bands are going into competition in Trinidad. They would not be here. And we want our guests who are here for the carnival, but before the carnival, they want to enjoy themselves. Come and sing for us and entertain our guests. And I started off with that and I blow smoke almost every hotel, sometimes 2 hotels a night. 77, 78, 79, 80, all them time. So Calypso coming like, man, who take away she man, leave me woman alone, come discover both of us, run a great chain, a good working old thing better than a new thing. Song like man.
Yes, I see somebody, Leonette Gordon, tell me to ask you about that. You should tell us about that song. How you come to make that better, who old thing better than a new thing?
Was an old Chevrolet I was driving, coming from the countryside. Coming down to town, I fell about a boy. You want to move with that old car? So I showed you down to tell him spontaneously, but this old car better than a new thing already. And by the time I met Storby, I was coming supervising to Tingwood. I told him I meet Dr. Storby. I made the calypso. I go to work in old thing better than a young thing anytime. I go to work in old thing better than a new thing anytime. It don't fuss, it don't rust, it don't greet you in disgust. It don't swell, it don't tell, and darling, it's grateful like hell. I think that runaway
Hey!
hit, man, runaway hit.
You remember long ago they used to call them song the banter song, you know?
Ah, God. You know, I got a goal. You know when you make a certain amount of songs in a gold record, right?
Yes.
Tobago was Trinidad and Tobago. Anytime it crossed 15,000, and the sales were more than 15,000, so I got a gold record. What a 45, you know. I got that because the song was so popular and well received and all that, you know.
So you
So
spent 30 how many years being an MC there at Club La Tropical?
no, I moved on as time. I grew with the time, because what happened, the Scouting for Talent, which was my main connection with Hollywood Studio, he ran the Trinidad segment and used to come up just for the final and take over the whole damn show. All the year I running the show, but when the night come, he take over the show, and that's the end of that. You know, he take over the show, and that's the end of that. So
So tell the people, the young people who doesn't know anything about you, tell them your prize. Tell them the first prize you gave out, it was just a few dollars. But all the rest of prizes for the too many years was a motor car. Tell them about that.
Well, David Cock called me one time and said, look, we're starting a new series of scouting, and we know you have the talent and the skills. So run the Tobago section for me and send to Trinidad the winner. So I was doing that until we had a little misdemeanor, meaning he was missing something and he was getting mean.
Yes.
So I disagree with them because they were asking me to make a contribution of which I was not happy, you know, because it was my money, my gifts, and one gentleman was brave enough to get on the people television and tell them that they can run in scouting in Tobago and taking all the money for himself. It's my money, it's my show. I was a facilitator by sending the winner from Tobago.
Amen.
To them. And good night. And that is why I got angry about. So I started my own thing, Baker Scouting Tobago Talent Contest. And so by doing that, I had to get my prize. And the Royal Castle, Jeffrey Azar, he knew of me, and I talked to him. I went around soliciting a few people, and he said, look, Baker, I will give you the first prize of $7,000. It was my first year, not much money, don't know much people. And I said, well, I was so full of gratitude, I will take that. And I went around with my car and announced and gave out flyers and put up banners and things. And people came out. And for that year, Juvon Stewart, world-class panist and a pan arranger now, as yesterday, he was the first one and he got that first prize of $7,000. And he never lets me forget it. Because every time he sees me, he says, because you owe me a car. Because everybody else thereafter got a car, you know?
Yeah,
because the program took off like a jet plane.
Yeah, scouting, everybody there, making sure that Wednesday night, I used to come there with the twins from Argyle, Melda and Martha used to bring me. And then later I started to tag along my young cousin, Shelly Byron. I used to take Shelly with us, we used to take her. And every Wednesday, we had to go to work the next morning, you know.
Yes.
But the Scouting for Talent full. Yes. What was the low light at that time when people were saying that your scouting wouldn't work when you chose Wednesday night?
Well, in those days, they used to have what is called the various hotels have their shows with the transport, and Sunday they would have going on to Sunday school and all that. Now, being as a lifeguard on the beach, I was cognizant of the fact of the amount of tourists. We don't see tourists now, you know.
No, we don't have no tourists.
We used to have a little scrawny hotel and bam, 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 like I St. Martin have a airport. Then when the plane take off, you're sweaty running into the mountain. However, that's another topic.
That's another topic.
People come to the Caribbean. What do they come for? They don't want to see the big streets and the big stage and the big lights. They want to be humble, to feel like a native, to eat crab and dumpling.
Tell them every hotel used to have stick fighting, limbo dancing,
Of course, man. Wild
music,
Indian and all kind of
wild,
things. And
hey,
a
every
steel band
hotel in
play, you know.
Tobago.
Right.
What
And
about Blue Haven, boy? Blue
Bukuis
Haven
had fish.
Hotel. Blue
Bukuis had
Haven,
fish in them days. Well, of course, Blue Haven, Robinson Crusoe, and Anasville were the three main hotels.
3 main hotels in
Yeah.
Tobago. Then
Yeah.
Turtle Beach came in.
Yes. And Mount Irving follow.
And Mount Irving follow.
Yes.
We have nothing now.
Crown Point on the Bay was also there quite a bit.
Well, Crown Point always used to have the special kind of people.
Right, because that's where Miranda saw me and took me over, you know. And so
I cry sometime, you know, I cry.
Yeah, because it hurts. It hurts.
It hurts.
To see that you have laid a foundation that should have been built upon, and people who are of the view that they know better than you, whether I just call them upstart because they ain't start up yet.
Oh boy.
Want to prove that they can do this. And what is
Let me stop you. What they just call this dance where they used to dance with the bamboo and you jump in, you jump out, and you jump to what is called a bamboo? Two people pulling the bamboo.
Bamboo dance. Bamboo
bamboo dance and the fire dance.
You put your foot in there, you carefully break your ankle.
You break your ankle. What about the one where they're blowing, where they're throwing the gas in the mountain?
Fire eating.
Fire eating.
These guys are still around. They're a little old, but they're still around and still could do the thing, right? Peter King, which is the limbo dancer. Akisha, which is another limbo dancer.
These things used to happen every week in a hotel.
Oh yes. Sometimes two nights, three shows. Scouting has done its job in terms of
that Wednesday night.
bringing to the fore a lot of people who have now nurtured and have taken over their spot in the sphere of talents of all kinds.
I have a goddaughter on this live. Her name is Avanel Hazel. She sang there with you in Scouting for Talent.
Yes. And I could
call
her
like young people who should sing in church. Them not want to continue church now. They want to come and compete on your Scouting for Talent show.
One of my larger crowds in terms of entrance, in terms of contestants, were the Seventh-day Adventist people. You know?
They're coming to sing.
They both are like bad boys. Well, you're talking about a car, you know, and they did not used to come and sing no calypso and wind down. They would sing a religious song or something of the
gospel, yes.
Yeah, and the show was welcome for all. Whether you could sing, dance, play a musical instrument, or whatever it is, give a joke or your darling. Because that guy on Channel 5 now, his birth is also from Scouting.
From Scouting.
On mornings that broadcast on morning the well, I remember it when the time comes. Head full of potting now. Head full of potting, man. Not he's 71 years we're talking about.
71 years.
Yeah,
active in the community, Brother B.
Yeah. Brother B is a descendant of Scouting. He did some masterful drama in Scouting, you know, man. Yeah, dramatism. Wow. You watch his charisma when he talking, you see the theater coming out in him.
Theater coming out in him. It was serious movement. Yeah. I want to be going after this show tonight to remember Michael Baker, to know that what we are lacking of. He bought it then. You were before the times. You giving out car before Oprah.
Because I was telling a friend of mine that I could rattle off a show without any documentation because it's 23 years at 32 weeks a year. I mean, no matter what jazz shows they may have, all these jazz people, John Arnold and them used to come to my show. George Lee Coco used to come in my show and admire their performances and some were even privileged to judge and judge on my
look at your memory today. Your memory is so clean and sharp. Your accent is just like your mom. You speak so fluently that I am so proud of you. I'm so happy to be the one. Yippee! I'm happy to be the one that enjoyed your performances, enjoy my culture. That is why I'm so cultural. That is why my memory could be so cultural and so fixed. And it would not have been a nice thing for me to end Mama Coco shows on Facebook without featuring Michael Baker. Well, Michael Baker.
I don't know how long.
Are you married? Are you married still?
Yeah. The 8th of July 1979. Yeah.
So you still have the same wife?
Yeah.
How many children have you?
My wife said I got 2.
I had to ask that question, Michael.
But as it is known, the
listen.
the
Your wife
Begonians
said you have 2 children. So
they look,
boys and
speak, and
girls.
breathe like me. So I don't worry about it.
They look and speak like you.
Yeah, yes. Facial contours and things like that. And you know, black people have their own DNA, their own weights. When you watch the lips and the nose and things,
yeah, a baker. That's a baker. That's a sellout.
Yeah, but they're a little more good looking than me because I remember asking Mom one day, that is why I dress up in them nice clothes. I said, Mom, but how come all my brothers and especially the girls, the girls better looking than me? So she said, son, don't worry, because they got all the best part of it, but you have a knack, because if you're not good looking, you could be looking good.
You could be. I tell her this man is one of the most famous comedians from Tobago. The most famous Tobago comedian. Well, my God, what is this tonight?
I met an old school friend of mine there. Coco Mama. Met the school friend just come off from foreign, off the plane, a while back. But I could never forget the joke because it became a joke after.
Yeah.
He hear white. When I tell you white as white. So we say, we went to school and think the guy says, Rebecca. I said, yes. How come your hair so black and my hair so white? I said, look, let me tell you something. Me born here, me grow here, and I go die here.
You go die here. I tell all you, we had the best comedian. The best comedian ever. The best comedian ever. Like Mr. Baker. Yes.
I don't die here, keep it going. Yeah. But Coco,
I grew up
in the competition field and all like that. I've been privileged.
I have my history.
You're there with me.
We're having some problem here with. I didn't hear you a little while.
Comes in. You're hearing me loud and clear now.
I hear you loud and clear now.
Right.
Yes. So do we have another question for Mr. Baker, or we are just going to chat until we So Mr. Baker, would you be back, Michael, because we have to talk?
I'm alive, once I'm alive, nothing is impossible.
So are you enjoying the show?
You're telling me, man? You're telling me? He wake up this morning into the dawn. He doesn't say good morning. How long it is plain to see. He doesn't care about me. Cause the speed when it fell past, like he headed for greener grass. Who take where she man?
Who take where she man? Yes.
Who take where she man? Who take where she man? I can't understand. Who take where? But I stopped singing that song. I stopped singing that song because somewhere in the love way, people start to change the lyrics of a good song. But who take where she man is Baker. So I say, look, you see that song? Let me leave that song alone. So I just put that song on the shelf and leave it alone.
I love this beat.
Social media and get by charging the owner. And pay water for flower. Feeling shame, die on the laughter. The bed, pussycat is sleeping, whipping, he wants to play. That pussycat is a straight thing. Every woman say,
leave the cat. Don't play with it. Leave the cat. Don't play with it. Take a bite. Don't play with it. Take a bite. Don't play with it. Leave the cat. Don't play with it. Leave the cat. Don't play. Coco.
So you
Coco.
that
song.
So are you acquainted with my cousin Henson, right? from Betsy's Hope?
Of course. This is Henson, right? You're talking about?
Yes. That's my second cousin. His mother was my first cousin.
But that's a grandmaster. People respected the guy for his artistry, his composition. He's one of the guys that made the most semifinals from Tobago to Trinidad and Skinner Park.
Trinidad.
And he has written songs for many people.
I remember him on your stage. Yes.
That guy, you know, that guy. And that song that you just played there, you know, I'm the reigning monarch of the soca monarch in Tobago. With that song. Yeah, I won the championship with that song. But because of COVID, I can't get to defend my crown.
I didn't know that. Wow.
The same song you just played there a while ago. Leave the cat.
And your song like Johnny King from Glamorgan with this song.
Johnny King.
Your song like Johnny King there. For a while I thought it was him. Right.
Well, that song came about because of a Calypsonian going into somebody's yard and the cat bite him on the hand. Prophet Benjamin.
Oh.
So the cat bite him on the hand and everybody come out to see because he gone cussing the lady. How come she allow she cat to bite he on the hand? So I found it very funny.
Yes, Michael.
And
yes,
I made
that's a nice. Those are some nice words.
Yeah, so leave the cat. He go bite. Leave the cat. Don't play with it. Pussycat bite him on the hand. And so said, so done. He came out with a beautiful song the same year, which is last year, and he went into the Soca Monarch Trinidad. He got into the finals, and with his composition of that song, that of the story that he made a song about. You see, I made a story of it too, but I think mine was a little more ditty. But I stay in Tobago. I don't go to Trinidad to compete and stuff like that too much. I'm a homeless person, you know.
So what about Prince Unique? What about Prince Unique? Who is Prince Unique? It was him?
No. Prince Unique is another talented Calypsonian that I've taught all through the Caribbean. He lives in Mason Hall.
He had something with his eye. He had an eye. He had a small eye or something.
No. He wear glasses.
Yeah. But let me hear this one. Let me hear this one. For the cat. Hey! Hey, Michael! Hey, Michael! You still have it?
Of course.
Yes! Leave the cat! Leave the cat! I will be a backup singer next time.
You're making a joke.
Yes!
You're welcome.
What? Leave the cat! Oh, yeah. Well, yes, tonight is a night all you ain't gonna forget. Brother Michael Baker is on fleek. Of course,
man. The Calypso realm in Tobago has evolved.
Yeah.
Most of the older folks are now taking a back seat, not by choice, because of circumstance. Because as I look through the internet, virtual, everything, all around is people under 40 in almost every fair. For people, you know, the old folks have just, I wouldn't want to use it, it's too strong to say eliminated, but they have just been pushed aside by young people who are now taking, well, I know about Tobago and Trinidad by storm. All the broadcasters, all the choreographers, all the singers, the writers, the rappers, I think, are very young people, you know. But many of them, like you say, thanks, must I say, appreciated, much appreciated for their privilege of having me here because they wouldn't know about me. You know, they wouldn't know about
you.
No. You know, they wouldn't know about Lord Bryner, they would know Nelson a little bit. They wouldn't know about composer. They wouldn't know about relator. They wouldn't know about.
No, they wouldn't.
No, it's another era, you know. And they have taken over the mantle, doing their own thing in their own way. And what is nice about the young people, they're not taking no nonsense.
No, they're not. They're not.
They're calling a spade a spade. And you see
Yes.
they start to come out and march and talk. They no longer stand in the background like, what they do, they tell you, go and sit down, you go and sit down. They're not doing that. You tell them, go and sit down. I say, why I must go and sit down? Explain to me, and you have to explain.
And you stand up.
Yeah, of course. Because there was so much emphasis and empathy with the Bharat situation in Trinidad.
Someone put some here for you. Someone put something there. Off-site is saying, Michael Baker, do you know you inspired a German artist? Now he's huge. Now he's a huge comedian in Germany.
Well, blow me down. Nice to hear. Nice to hear. But there's so many.
Blow me down. That's a new one. Blow me down. Come on, Michael.
Blow me down. There's so many. Yeah, there's so many people who have evolved from scouting. Scouting was a household name. It was worldwide.
Jenny and Pino.
To name a few. But those were the starters, Those were the starters. They were one of the first people to win cars. And they won their car from Holly Bitoria scouting part. That's the first kind of scouting, like I said, that guy's Devon Stewart, he won his car on my show, got his prize on my show, and all the others, Tobago had about, it was kind of sad that every year Panis was winning in Tobago.
Yes.
An instrumentalist, to be exact, was winning. Tuts, the boy from Black Rock, and so many others won the pan. The vocalists used to come all the way to the finals, and something used to happen in the final that used to cause them to fall down. But
when did you learn to dance? Huh? We have to go into closing statement soon. Where did you learn to dance?
Well, I am not a so-called dancer, but the charisma.
But you had good moves, man. You had moves.
Yes, the way you dress. If you put certain clothes on your skin, the minute you shake, it looks really exotic, so to speak. So it's the kind of clothes, you see, the clothes you wear and the appearance. So if you put on a big old baggy clothes and you take a white, nobody can see it. But you have a well-fitting dance skin kind of material. By the time you shake left and you shake right, oh God!
Oh my God!
And especially
you're going crazy.
Especially if you're looking good.
Yes. So how you used to keep fit? How you used to keep your body, your legs? How you used to keep them legs and shoulders?
You remember my lifeguard? He used to swim from Strawberry to Pigeon Point and back. Every day training. I used to have them guys in my tenure. Lifeguards used to train 3-4 times a week. You have to take tests every year. You have to take health examination every year. You got to be up there because your job is to save. Well, I never say save life, rescue people, and to leave saving for the Lord.
Yes, amen.
But we rescue people, and I have had the privilege to my 40 years.
You had no stomach, you had no belly. How you used to?
You can't afford. No, in those days, a lifeguard was a macho person. Not like now. It's technology they're using now, They're driving boat, they're doing computer work and all this kind of thing. So they don't have to be, you have to swim and tow a person in my days. You have to be powerful. You have to look good.
Hey.
When you walk down the street, all eyes must turn.
All eyes must turn, especially the girls. Oh, you used to get so many girls. What's going on?
Everybody, listen to me carefully. I can tell you one time. Everybody loves the winner.
That loves a winner.
Everybody loves a winner.
All your young boys take that today. Listen to the Michael here. Tell them.
Everybody loves a winner. So you walk down. Listen, when a woman spends time and goes into a salon, she buys clothes and she fixes up herself. She buys a
wig.
A wig.
Oh, she do she hair. She do
$800, $250 to fix up she lips, something like that. to look as immaculate as you are looking now. You know, they do all these things to look as immaculate as you are, and to have. So when people look at you, they want to look at you. They don't want to say, "Oh, God, look at that person." There must be something to catch, and you can't tell me that a woman dressed. Look at women. Women dress beautiful, beautiful, like queens. And you want to come in a dirty old rag pants and think I'm going to stand up next to them when they spend so much money to put dolls up?
You're dancing. You're dancing. Look at you.
Yeah, and you can't dance. You can't
dance.
Pants below your bottom, your belt thinking, your head and comb rasta. I ain't knocking the Rastafarian because.
And your teeth and your breath killing people.
Look, okay, so that's laugh. I don't smile because if I don't smile, I don't look good.
Oh, Lord Jesus, tonight I am so blessed to have Michael Baker, and you are going to be back on my show. This is to be continued. So, Michael, give us your closing statements because the people going crazy.
Well, all I can say is thanks for the privilege. Thank to you and your team for inviting me.
You are honored.
I am.
It's an honor.
Delighted beyond your rarest dreams of being here to spread the word. And as I was thinking along the line, you have a Wednesday night show as scouting used to be. Wednesday night is a good night. Yes, it was
you
a
remember
Wednesday night.
I told you I was going to put you on a Saturday and a Sunday, and you wrote back, Wednesday night is good for me, please.
Wednesday night is good for you. Because people seem to have time on Wednesday, you see. So your program will grow from strength to strength. You have the dialogue, you have the momentum, you have very efficient people behind you that will cause your program to be kaleidoscope in artistry, in color, in compact, in content. You see, and once you have content and you have that awe which you carry, you have a special awe that is a magic, kind of a no nonsense kind of nice person. That's hard to find.
Yes,
no nonsense kind of nice person. You speak the truth.
I'm a baker. I am a baker.
Well, like I always tell people, this is a baker without bread, but have plenty dough.
We are brother from a different mother.
Yes, man. Yes, man.
Yes.
So again, as we are closing up, strive to be the best you can be.
Thank you.
When you believe in something, it is your belief. It's not somebody else's belief.
Amen.
They may try to change you. They may try to break you down. But if you truly have faith as much as a mustard seed, you would move mountains. You would move mountains.
Move mountains.
So you get up from a sleep, because when you go to bed at night, you plan to get up, but you're not sure. God calls you to get up. When you go to bed at night, you're not sure you're getting up in the morning. You take it for granted. You make plans, but you're not sure you're going to get up. How many people die?
So some people doesn't sleep at night because they're afraid that they won't wake up. So they don't.
So your belief and your trust. Be good to people. Be kind to people. Give as much as you can, but don't let people ride your back. Because don't let them take...
Ride it, donkey.
Yeah, don't let them take kindness
for weakness.
For weakness. Don't let them do that. You must draw the line. But live your life to the fullest. Be happy wherever there is happiness. People trying to pull you down, just smile and move away. Smile is a great thing because other man come to commit crime, but when you smile...
You have your closing statements, and your closing statements is to cheer people up and on. My closing statements are that would you like to see yourself someplace have Michael Baker name, that this place in Scarborough, this beach is called Michael Baker? Or would you like to see your name up on a billboard or on a screen plane that this is the school, this is an academy for swimming and swimming, diving? I never asked you if you can dive, but a swimmer must be a diver.
Yeah. Scuba diving and all that I did.
Scuba diving. Yeah. Michael Baker, from my lips to God ears this hour. Because in the time when you did what you did, people used to really remember people then. But nowadays, people doesn't remember people. People, you have to pay everything. Even for a blessing, you have to pay to get a blessing in church. When we were growing up, we never know that. We never knew that. A priest will bless you, but I don't mind it. That has blessed their own people first. But at the same time, we used to get blessing. We used to get honor. Honor, the Bible says, due to those who are in the room to be honored. God said he will bless those who deserve blessing, and he will also curse those who deserve of cursing. Tobago, go ahead.
I want to leave this with you because it's something that people do not realize that exists. The greatest gift is the calendar. And you're wondering if I would like to see certain things happen. Everything is on the calendar. The day you were born, the day you got married, went to school, and whatever else have you. And the day that you will get whatever you'll get is on the calendar, but you have to wait to see. Some people live to wait to see, and some people don't. But if these things are
I want you, because of what you did for culture in Tobago, what you did for safety at seas and around waterways, I want you to see it. I want you to see it. I don't want to hear nothing about it used to be. You said it used to be land is not a land that you would know. Used to be land is for me. Once you become a used to be, that is for somebody else to talk about. I want you to see it. And I want them to know that you were alive and you did your best. You were a teacher, you were a coach, you're a landman. And we have a lot of beaches in Tobago that should change to Michael Baker's beach.
Yes.
I want to see a school, an academy with young children learning to swim, young children learning to row a boat. Yes? Young people learn about the sea besides going on a ship or going on a cruise ship. I want Michael Baker's name to be there in training. You did it for free. You did it for a good name. And good name is better than money in the pocket. However,
all the time.
To whom much is given, much is required of the same. And this is Mama Coco show. And I say so tonight because it pleases Almighty God for me to feature you, because God recognizing that we are leaving our people to die without recognition.
True.
You are still smart. You are still witty. You have your wits about you still. And people supposed to remember our brother.
And as Mama always used to sing, time will tell, time will tell.
Sing it.
Time alone will tell. Time will tell, time will tell. Time alone will tell. Coco Mama, thank you for the privilege. Thank you for the privilege. Thank you for the privilege. You have brought
a
lot of history to the minds of many people and a lot of memories to a lot of people. Thank you for the privilege.
Michael, you walk Scarborough with, I don't know where you got that crawl from, but I could see you with that crawl. I don't know where you learned to walk. But in all your ways, I believe you acknowledge decency and order. I know some people may not want to hear me talk about you. Well, you have your view, so you could go ahead, people, but I have mine, so allow me to do justice with mine.
Definitely. To each his own.
To each his own. And we are all grown. And when we grow, we should know better. And we should do better.
Do better.
This is what does make some people fail. You know better, but you keep doing this thing because people like what you do. You know what you're doing is wrong. You need to stop it. That's what people suppose. When I say you, I don't mean you, people. So brothers and sisters, I think we have come to the end of this marvelous show. I call it a show. Because when we are born, it's TOB, time of birth. When we married, we have a time and a date for our weddings. We have a time and date for our funerals. Well, tonight is the time and date to showcase our brother, Michael Baker. And there are many other people in Scarborough and Tobago, Roxborough, including my cousin Curlin Brooks. I know you know Colin Brooks, the mass man that used to come from Roxborough and play mass in Scarborough.
What you said he is?
Colin Brooks.
Yeah, you said
He used to be the masquerader.
Yeah, I know, but you said he's related to you or something like that?
Yes, he's my cousin too.
I
But
didn't know
tonight
that.
we're not pushing cousin.
That part
Yeah, I ain't pushing cousin talk. I'm pushing who deserving of recognition. Because that's all we're doing Tobago. Big up our friends and families and the people who really put out. We neglect them and forget them.
Sure.
So we have people in Roxborough that deserve to be remembered. My cousin Irrington Clark. All of these are people in culture that our people who we now put in there, these little young folks, they don't even know how to wash the little panties or the little underpants.
I tell one of them the other day. I said, listen to me. You're playing your bride, but what I have in my head, you ain't having the big talk.
Hello, you. And you are right. We're leaving our people out. There's a man that called Mr. Nancy's. He used to play and win plenty mass in Scarborough.
The mass man.
The mass man. We need to hear about these people. We need to build cultural complex.
Robert Parks used to win every
Robert Parks
costume.
Used to play the individual mask. Yes.
You could have matched Trinidad.
My God, and we're just forgetting everybody. Well, Michael Baker, tonight is yours. I just bringing in some other names so that we could know that we are astray. Like Argyle Waterfall, I am sure you would sanction that Argyle Waterfall needs a lifeguard.
Yeah, because people have gotten into difficulty there many times.
A man like you who at the helm, as long as you didn't follow money, drinks, food, and sex, you would have done better in tourism to know that Argyle Waterfall, Richmond River, Goldsboro, all these areas need water. They need help. Bacolet Beach, yes.
Don't talk about that Beach. One. Yes.
Hello. Glamorgan Beach, Speyside. All these places need lifeguard and security gates so that when lifeguard is gone, the bloody place is closed. Fisherman Bay, Mount Irving, anywhere that people going to bathe need lifeguard. I'm saying it hard again this time. Maybe I'm too loud, but I have to come in with a shout. Because we're having new governance now. We're having younger people will be in control. And we need lifeguards everywhere with flags on duty. When they're off duty, no bathing. The beach is closed.
Beach is closed.
Mr. Baker, I'm impressed. And it was an honor to have you here. It is still.
My pleasure.
And I'm going to bring you back. We are going to discuss coming back because I want your input on how things should be. Hello.
You have got a sweet mouth.
I am a baker, I said. Nobody in Scarborough. You see, your sister used to cook and bring food for Vero. I don't know. Her name was Rose. I don't know that sister name. But she was living home last with the mom. So when Vero was having Monique, she could have cooked a stewed fish. I know she learned it from the mother.
Yes.
That sister could have cooked.
Yes.
Stewed fish with that provision. So when I hear you say that your grandfather used to walk from Blackrock or Plymouth to bring provision in Moriah, in Mount Mary, for your mom, I recognize that you guys are really Tobagonians and African people.
Yeah.
So peace to my brother. That belongs to another mother. My brother that belongs to another father. I respect you. And may anything that you have done in your life that had people disturbed, may our God Jehovah still find peace in recognizing you for me to bring on this show.
God bless and thank you.
You're welcome. So I want to thank all my audience tonight. I know you guys are intrigued and you guys are being blessed. to know that there is someone that we could go to for cultural balance. Yes, for cultural balance. We have people in Tobago that speaking just like me. I knew it. I'm not the only one that have history. And I have people that could sanction my history, and my history match with theirs.
Definitely.
So to God Almighty, I want to thank my daughter for being the producer and editor of this show, Dr. Duke. Yes. And to the team that she hired a team for me. So I have a team that work. I'm telling you, I'm ranking with the big leagues now.
The new norm, the new norm, man. The new norm.
The new norm. And there's where you have to be, so that your children and your children's children can know that their father had contributions in the uplifting and the building of Tobago's future. Peace, everybody. Give us a song. Give us a Michael song to take us out. And good night.
Oh, island in the sun, well to me by my father's hand. And all my days I will sing in praise of these forest waters, these shining sands.
Jesus. You are a man of the sea, a man of the ocean, and you should be remembered thus. And I say thus, and I'm going to go further. Thus saith the Lord.
Amen.
Failure to do so will be failure. Many. Amen. Amen. So let the...
As you know it, stands out most in the Caribbean. And if you don't want to believe it, well, friends, let me make you understand. Ask Jamaica, Grenada, Barbados, and Vincent, just to name a few. When visitors pass through Trinbago, this is what they'll tell you. They tell you, come discover one of us. Come discover both of us, and why not come and discover all of us?
Oh, well, we are done, and we are